The practice of taking somebody else's work or ideas and passing them off as your own is a mischievous strategy as old as time. The word plagiarism was first used in 1605 by Ben Jonson when he wrote the word plagiary to describe literary theft. And a few years later, Sonic the Hedgehog released for the Sega Genesis. Sonic clearly took a lot of inspiration from its competitor Mario, but delivered its own characters, aesthetic, and soundtrack to the platformer gameplay design. While it's clear that Sonic never would have been made if Mario wasn't there to inspire it, it's unfair to call it plagiarism. Well, speaking of video games published by Nintendo, some Pokemon fans are pretty mad right now because of this game called Palworld. Palworld is an open-world survival game that has you working alongside these silly little creatures called pals. It's like if Ark and Pokemon started practicing the Second Amendment. Now, I think it's unfair to say the Palworld copied Pokemon, because even though this game has you enslaving innocent little monsters, the practice of slavery actually began all the way back in 3500 BC, and in the Bible, there are a lot of moments with eyewitness testimony of slavery occurring.
What the devils?
Meaning Pokemon didn't innovate its design either. In all seriousness, it's clear that this game takes heavy inspiration from Pokemon. The art style, the soundtrack, and even some of the pals look identical to Pokemon. But why is this game not taken down yet? It's because even though Palworld takes heavy inspiration from Pokemon, it's not Pokemon, it's an open world survival game. In defense of Pokemon fans though, I can definitely understand why you'd be upset about Palworld. I mean, it's garnered so much positive attention, and Pokemon hasn't had a good game since Black and White. Now, games getting into controversy because they're similar to other IPs has happened before. And no, I'm not talking about Genshin Impact's trailer when everybody thought it was a Breath of the Wild clone. I mean way back to 1979. Asteroids is a game made by Atari that was released for Atari. And because video games at the time literally couldn't be as experimental because of technical limitations, there were a lot of games released in 1979 that had similar gameplay to Asteroids. Amusement World released a game called Meteors, and Atari tried to sue them. At the end of the day, the court concluded that Amusement World doesn't have to face consequences because the game is different enough from the source it took inspiration from. What if EA tried to sue BattleBit because it's like Battlefield? In BattleBit, there are large maps with vehicles and game modes identical to Battlefield. I mean, everything in that game is clearly inspired by Battlefield. But it would be a difficult case simply just because of how different it looks and feels. So now we're going to go forward to 2018. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the most anticipated game of all time. Baldi's Basics has taken over YouTube, and Bluehole, the corporation behind PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, has filed a lawsuit against Epic Games because of their super duper world-dominated video game Fortnite. What a year. Oh, Battle Royale. We all love it.
It's Royale.
100 players fight to be the last one standing, a toxic circle encloses on the map, slowly forcing the players in a smaller arena every few minutes. During this, your goal is to loot houses and crates for weapons and anything that can give you a fighting chance. Everything I just described is present in both PUBG and Fortnite, but although PUBG's Battle Royale came before Fortnite's, Battle Royale wasn't invented by PUBG. You could say Minecraft Hunger Games created Battle Royale. You could say that The Culling did it first, or H1Z1. Although it's clear Fortnite sparked because of PUBG's success, it not only had its own visual style, it added building, which changed the formula entirely. Now Fortnite is almost unrecognizable from when it started, but that's how it stays popular. It constantly changes its gameplay to appeal to more people each season. In June 2018, the lawsuit against Fortnite came to a draw and nothing happened. Man, I don't know if there will ever be a game like Fortnite ever again. That game took the world by storm more than anything ever. And to this day, there's still tons of people playing it. Like, you could say that Among Us took the world by storm because it did, but Among Us doesn't have nearly as many people as it did at launch, while Fortnite's still keeping a pretty steady audience. A true copy of a game is something that doesn't innovate whatsoever. And every game I've mentioned in this video has brought something original that adds a twist to what the original concept was. Direct copies of video games have existed, but they never reach success because a copy will never make it farther than the original project. Guys, I'm gonna unvideo game for a moment. Let's talk about YouTube. There are a lot of videos on the internet like meme compilations, memes I stole from Instagram, memes I stole from Discord. These channels have built their entire success off stealing other people's jokes and not crediting them. Daily Dose of Internet is a very popular channel. I'm sure we've all seen at least a few of his videos, but he actually reaches out and pays the people that he features on his channel, which should be the standard. However, it's pretty tragic that there are entire YouTube channels that make money off of other people's work, and most people don't even bat an eye. I don't know if you guys remember back in 2019, but there was a big boom in the internet with text-to-speech Reddit videos.
What's the weirdest thing that you've seen in someone's house that you never wanted to work over?
Where somebody will take, again, something somebody else wrote, put it through text-to-speech, and let the money roll in. This perfectly describes what plagiarism truly is. Putting no original spin on whatever the source is, and then proceeding to take all the glory. Saints Row will always be considered a GTA clone, but at the end of the day, it created something new by buffing the chaos of GTA to 1000 and making the world and gameplay so absurd that in doing this, it made itself its own original game. So it's more like a GTA offspring than a direct clone, and so is Palworld, and so is Genshin Impact, and so is Fortnite, and so is Meteors, and so is BattleBit, and so is PUBG, and so is everything. You are a copy. Everything takes inspiration from something. So finally, what do you guys think of all this? Do you think that there are games out there that got popular and are direct copies of other projects? Or do you think it's more complicated than that? Let me know in the comments below and I'll respond as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and make sure to have a good one. Whoa, what's cracking, jacked up Justin Army? Today we're gonna be reacting to another spicy video on the internet because I can't make my own content. I've been playing video games since I was 7 years old, and I'm gonna have a whole video about that sometime soon, but I never really make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like that and more epic reactions. Justin out.